process. In a joint statement, the international community took note that the decision has caused disappointment for many, but also urged INEC to use this time to finalize all preparations and ensure that the new election dates are strictly adhered to. They advised INEC to provide regular updates and information to the public on its preparations in the coming days to enhance confidence and trust in the process. Chairman, Central Committee Youth and Women Buhari Campaign Council Mohammed Buba Marwa has expressed disappointment over the postponement of the presidential and National Assembly elections. Abubakar Haman said that General Marwa made the assertion in Yola while reacting to the developments.
The Chairman, Central Committee Youth and Women APC Presidential Campaign Council, while receiving representatives of the youth and women wing of the committee across the 21 local governments in Adamawa State who visited him in his Dogere house in Yola, advised them to keep faith, law-abiding and shun all forms of violence during and after the elections.
Both religions in Nigeria have the saying that God's time is the best. I would therefore prefer to look at it from that perspective and urge our teaming supporters to remain patient.
In Yola, Abubakar Hamman, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Nigerians in Canada, also monitoring the political climate back home, are calling on the electorate to keep calm and wait patiently to perform their civic duties on the new date announced by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Joy Osiago sampled views of key Nigerian Canadian officials at an event on the Canadian Parliament Hill in Ottawa.
I would say they should exercise some bit of patience, and hopefully within this 1 week, INEC should be able to get it right, and hopefully we'll see a very peaceful and smooth elections. And I encourage everyone to come out there, exercise their civic responsibility, because to be honest, this is a responsibility, and regardless of the challenges that we face, I hope that everyone will be encouraged to come out next week Saturday to exercise that right.
We need to nurture our democracy. We need to do it right. It's important to show to the outside community, if we notice something is wrong, it needs to be corrected right away.
Advise everyone to keep their eyes on the prize, keep focused, because this is something that wasn't anticipated. No one did the risk analysis for this, that way was going to happen. We could have thought of different scenarios, but it happened as it is. But everyone should group back together, and be optimistic and objective.
They should not take it too bad. They should basically still come out and still exercise their right.
Before you know it, it's on Saturday. There's a reason for everything. So we need to calm down and relax, then wait for Saturday, go out and vote.
And back home, the National Assembly has postponed its resumption of plenary to Tuesday, 26th of February 2019. A statement by clerk to the National Assembly, Sani Omalori, explains that the postponement from the earlier date of 19th of February to 26th is due to the postponement of the general elections. The clerk urges all senators and House of Representatives members to resume plenary on the stated date. Now to other matters, a diagnostic center with a prospect of meeting the needs of the people in North Central Geopolitical Zone will soon become operational in Lafia as infrastructure to ensure smooth takeoff has been provided by Nasarawa State Government to the Nigeria Center for Disease Control. Joshua Jito reports that the good news has raised the hopes of the people in accessing improved healthcare services.
Findings show the Nigeria Center for Disease Control was established in 2011 in response to the challenges of public health emergencies and to enhance Nigeria's preparedness and response to epidemics. The drive is through prevention, detection and control of communicable and non-communicable diseases. With partnership by National State Government, the organization opened discussions realizing the effort of the state government in building the diagnostic center. With the project nearing completion, stakeholders say the task ahead is on effective utilization for the benefit of the people. While the Nigeria Center for Disease Control says it is committed to ensuring that the center commence operation as soon as construction is completed, there are calls for the involvement of development partners in funding research and diagnosis in the center.
And I'll continue to mobilize all the other partners that we have access to at the federal level to come and put what they have in the collective pot. What you have here is something that has to serve the country beyond NAFOWA.
We'll stop at nothing in ensuring that we get whoever is willing to partner with us so that this center will not only be a center for research but a center of excellence in terms of research and diagnosis.
In addition to the construction of the diagnostic center, National State Government says it will equip the center before handing it over to the Nigeria Center for Disease Control. In Lafia, Joshua Ojito, NTA News.
And down to southwest, where Ogun State government has continued to intensify efforts in its urban renewal mantra by embarking on additional road construction. Governor Ibikunle Amosun, in company of his deputy Yetunde Onanuga, conducted on-the-spot assessment of some roads under construction. Lekan Agbode reports.
The postponement of the election notwithstanding, the governor Ibikunle Amosun, his deputy Yetunde Onanuga, and some members of the cabinet went on inspection tour of roads under construction in Shagamu, Ijebu-Ode, and Ijebu-Igbo. The inspection team was at Degun, Italapo, Obalende, Balogun Kuku, Okeaje, and Igbeba roads in Ijebu-Ode, all at various levels of completion. Governor Mosun noted that aside the 4 flyovers, roads such as Ejiri, Oluwalogbon, Ikongba, Ilese roads in Ijebu-Ode, and Obairewole Road in Shagamu were constructed by his government. While reacting to the postponement of the election, the governor appealed to Nigerians to be patient and give INEC benefit of doubt.
Yes, we feel bad, but since they said that this will allow them to give Nigerians a very credible election as a people, as a nation, I think we should give them the benefit of the doubt and start exercise some patience.
In Abeokuta, Lekan Agbode, NTA News.
Now, just like they say that little drops of water makes the mighty ocean, the Nigerian Air Force Officers' Wives Association says it will continue to complement federal government's efforts towards reducing unemployment in the country. National President of the association, Hafsat Abubakar, reaffirmed this at the graduation of 260 women and youths in Abuja. Defense correspondent Olajide Bello tells us more.
As the gallant Air Force personnel dominate the skies day and night protecting the nation's territorial integrity, NAFOWA is taking up the responsibility of catering for the home front. With over 2,000 beneficiaries since the inception of the program in 2016, the association says it is leaving no stone unturned in its aggressive empowerment campaign.
Skill acquisition and vocational training are means to financial independence, self-reliance, prosperity, and personal development.
We must remember that it is when we unlock people's potentials that they can truly do better. I'm looking forward to the unlocking of these potentials of our participants from all here present.
On the part of beneficiaries, what impact will the empowerment have?
Actually, NAFOWA actually helped us in this empowerment. As an event decorator, I learned so much. Now I can plan an event and also decorate all.
First of all, not all parents can handle financial problems. So having the knowledge alone can help me be independent in high school.
Certificates and starter packs were presented to beneficiaries, launching them into being self-employed. In Abuja, Olajide Bello, NTA News.
Victims of Kajuru local government communal clash in Kaduna State, which led to the death of about 66 persons, are still counting their losses. Suleiman Abdullahi Rigachikun reports that the governor, Nasir El-Rufai, visited the communities for an on-the-spot assessment.
Governor Nasir Ahmad El-Rufai, accompanied by heads of security agencies in the state, visited the affected communities of Iri, Marugida and Ogun, among others. The community leaders said they were attacked by unknown gunmen who killed about 66 persons, including women and children. More than 100 members of the communities, they said, are still missing. The governor described the incident as unfortunate.
Every human life is equal, and we do not create lives, and we sanctify every human life, and we respect it.
The residents were lured to that riverine and was slaughtered. A total of 37 were said to have been buried there. You have seen the graveyard. As far as we are concerned, what we reported was 66, comprising male, female, and children.
The police went on the other way and effected some arrest. They are right now undergoing interrogation in the state CID.
The governor appealed to the people to remain calm, assuring them that conflict merchants will be brought to justice. In Kaduna, I am Suleiman Abdullahi Rigachikun, NTA News.
This is the news on NTA International, reaching you from Abuja. Time for a break. More news afterwards. Stay with us. Thanks a lot for staying tuned in to the news on NTA International. The industrial sector in Nigeria has contributed immensely to the country's gross domestic product, as well as generating employment opportunities for the teeming youths. Though the textile industry, which used to be vibrant, went comatose, but with the federal government's efforts in reviving the infrastructural architecture of the country, there is hope. Ilyasu Ali Yakubu reports who visited Zaria Tampolin Industries contracted by NEMA to produce tent for IDPs examines the prospect of industries if certain structures are put in place.
The Nigerian textile industry, which was once a vibrant sector of the Nigerian economy, is gradually grinding to a halt despite government promises to revitalize a sector that holds numerous potentials for the economy. Nigerians who are not aware of the forces that have brought the once flourishing industry to its knees are wondering what might have struck the sector. In any developed or developing economy, the indices used in judging growth are primarily based on the production power of that country. Industries form the bulk of these indices. In Nigeria, for instance, more than 80% of all finished consumer products are imported. Nigeria relies more on import goods, while its own vibrant industries are facing near extinction. The textile industry particularly attracts serious public debate, basically because of the pivotal role it played in stemming the tide of unemployment between the late 50s and early 90s. The Nigerian textile industry had grown to become the third largest in Africa. One of these industries struggling to survive is the Zaria tarpaulin and textile industry. Established in 1974, engaged primarily in the production of tarpaulin and other textile materials cotton across West African countries. The industry, with a robust staff strength of over 700 workers, now has less than 200 workers due to lack of patronage and inadequate power supply.
We have challenge high cost of raw material, one. Then secondly, some of chemicals also. Everything that is required for our production has been escalated.
However, there seems to be hope rising as the federal government under President Muhammadu Buhari is putting structures on ground to revitalize the sector for the economic rejuvenation of the country. With the power generation of over 8,000 megawatts for the sustainability of the supply, the industries can now work effectively for optimal production. The continuous awareness by the federal government on the need for Nigerians to continue to patronize made-in-Nigerian goods can help revive alien industries in the country. One of these industries that requires optimal production is the Zaria textile and tarpaulin industry, which has suffered some setbacks due to lack of patronage, constant power supply, and financial capacity. However, now that NEMA has begun patronage of this industry into production of tarpaulin to provide shelter for the IDPs, experts say these can turn around the fortunes of this industry. From Zaria Textile and Tarpaulin Industry, I'm Ilyasu Ali Yakubu, NTA News.
Thanks a lot, Ilyasu. Now for major actions that took place in the previous week on the global scene, let's join Ado Adamo, also who is standing by.
Thank you for joining us. We begin the major global events of the outgone week from neighboring Cameroon, where at least 4 people were born alive, trapped inside a hospital in the restive southwest of the country. The hospital in the town of Kumba was serving a large area because several other health facilities in the same district had shut down due to the separatist rebellion. The government blamed previous hospital attacks on Anglophone separatists, but there have also been reports of soldiers targeting hospitals in the belief that separatist fighters were being treated there. It is not yet known who is behind this attack. In southern Africa, Zimbabwe's authorities over the week started retrieving trapped illegal gold miners. It is feared none survived flooding in the shaft, and the number of casualties could be about 60. Local media reports that the incident in Battlefield 175 kilometers west of Harare highlighted